What's up everybody, Caleb from thebookflipper.com, and we're here to show you just a couple of other ways you can make money by selling books. Spoiler alert, there's ways you can make money with books outside of Amazon. Amazon's a phenomenal system, but it's not the only game in town, and we're going to walk you through just a few ways that you can monetize some books, whether you're looking to just add just a little extra revenue, maybe you're restricted on a few books. We'll show you a couple outlets you have for that, and without further ado, let's jump in. I've got a pile of books here in my trusty Opticon scanner, and we're going to bring up ScoutIQ and show you how you can normally just scan for Amazon. We're going to show you a couple other options, some of which have been in the app for a while, some of which are brand new. So without further ado, let's jump in. So we're going to scan a book. I think I already have it here, but we'll just show you once we connect and we're up and running. So here's a book for us. Now many books, when they're really expensive, you get super excited, you know you can make some money. You'll notice something weird about this book though. You see the trade-in price up in the corner says that Amazon's not trading in, which kind of gives you a red flag that something might be up with this book. Now, if you haven't heard, Amazon has been restricting some titles lately. There's some lawsuits out there. There's some counterfeit books, unfortunately. We'll do some other videos on how to identify those later. But what you need to know now is that some books are restricted, and here's what you can do about it. If you're a newer seller, maybe if you've had a test buy and been blocked out by some of the publishers, you might think that, hey, I can't sell it on Amazon, so there's no way for me to do it. And we're here to show you that there are a couple other options that you may have. So first off, how do you know if you're restricted? If you go to list the item on AccelerList, they have a Chrome extension that will show you if you're restricted. Also, ScoutIQ will show you as well. If you look down at the thumbnail image in the lower left-hand corner, that's blank right now because we're in database mode. If there's a big red R, it's commonly restricted, and there's several hundred books that meet that criteria. However, certain books are restricted for certain sellers, and Amazon doesn't tell us that, unfortunately, through the API. Here's what you can do. You can tap the thumbnail image. It'll bring it up on Amazon. You'll have to log in. You can scroll over and look at the books. You want to find the one that has the more offers, so it would be the one on top. Click listing limitations apply, and it says you are not approved to sell this product. We're not currently accepting applications. So this is going to fall under the popular textbooks category. Now I have a couple Amazon accounts, so this is my backup account. I'm not able to sell restricted textbooks into that one, so it's a good test for me to know it's restricted. I do have other account. Don't tell Amazon. Just kidding, they know we have it. So one good idea you can do is have a backup account. However, if it's somewhat newer, like our backup account, you won't be allowed to sell popular textbooks. Typically, at some point, maybe those restrictions wear off, but for right now, we're kind of stuck. All right, so this book is normally restricted, so if you're blocked in popular textbooks, what options do you have? Well, the first is you can sell it on eBay. I know eBay's kind of old school, right? But there's a lot of buyers looking out there. What I've done is in ScoutIQ settings, this is a newer feature as well, you can set custom links. We can look at other websites as well to see what it's selling for, but I'm curious what it has sold for, not just what it's listed for. So we're going to say eBay sold, and if we tap this button in the lower left-hand corner, the little link symbol, it's actually going to bring up all of the eBay sold listings and let us know if we can do it. Now, first of all, we're going to notice that someone is selling a instructor's copy or a free version. Tisk tisk. It's okay to sell those on eBay, not on Amazon. Somebody paid 20 bucks for that. Here's some other books, brand new, same book, $37, new, $55, used, $19, pre-owned, $50. So there's a really big, wide range of books that have been sold here. And that's certainly something you can look at and know that roughly this can sell between $20 and $50. You've also got the Book Scouter link. So option number 1 is eBay. Option number 2 is Book Scouter. This is a ton of different vendors, and you can see the pricing, see what the reviews are. Some of these guys aren't maybe as good as they could be and may not pay you. You can check their reviews. Some of them are really good, and we'll show you. We've actually partnered with one of them, and we'll explain why in just a minute. But there's a lot of options here. If you like the price, you can simply click Sell, go through, add it to cart. Some of these will have a minimum order that you have to send in, and then you can go ahead and log in, tell them how you want to get paid, whether it's PayPal or a check, and you can complete the order that way. So that's certainly an option as well. A third option is my buddy Avery Romer, or Avery Martin, Romer the Romer on Instagram, has a website called restrictedinventory.com. And if you are restricted, he's got several different avenues on Amazon, a couple different accounts, a couple different partnerships. He can actually take those books for you, sell them on a 50-50 split. You simply fill out a form on his website here, send him the books, and they will take care of it. So if this book sold for 83 bucks, like we can see back on the slide here, there's about $63 of profit. You split that with Avery 50-50, you'd get roughly 30 bucks, assuming it sold for that. Again, the Book Scouter pricing, I think, was right in that ballpark. So if that's the case, you could certainly take $29 right now, or you could help your buddy Avery out, and each of you makes 30 bucks. So that's another option as well. And again, this game, like I'm a firm believer in Amazon. Nearly all of my business is on Amazon, and nearly all of it is FBA or fulfilled by Amazon. But again, it's nice to have just a couple other options as you're trying to improve your margins, to make a few extra bucks, or in some cases to offload restricted inventory if there are issues with you selling that on Amazon. Now I want to show you a pretty cool option. And before I do that, just a quick recap. Remember, you can go Amazon first of all. If you are restricted, you've got restrictedinventory.com. You can sell it on eBay. Again, you've got custom links on ScoutIQ to tell you if you can sell that or not. And you also have the option to tap the Book Scouter link, which is in the lower right-hand corner, right next to that Amazon icon. You can go ahead and tap that and have a rough idea of if you can sell that or not. Now, one other thing that we've done, so let's say we scan a book. Let me show you one more here. I'll have to reconnect the scanner. It timed out on me. So one other option you do have is if there's a book that's expensive like this, of course, we can click on Book Scouter. The challenge here is, like, you should probably click Book Scouter all the time because there's companies that will pay you cash for the books. The downside is every time you tap it, it takes a couple seconds. And as we all know, the book selling game is how quickly can you get through the poor material to find the winners. So in this case, we can make $35 from Sell Back Your Book, which is pretty cool. Or we can sell it ourselves for $60. Again, because there is no trade-in price here, probably an indicator that this is possibly a commonly counterfeit book, or just someone on Amazon's not buying for whatever reason. But if you see an expensive book with no trade-in, probably a good indicator that it's commonly counterfeit. If you're restricted in popular books, you may want to tap the thumbnail image and take a peek. All right, let's get to the good stuff. So here's something we just added last week. This is called Wholesale integration. You'll see Sell Back Your Book, which is one of the vendors on Book Scouter. And we don't just partner with anybody. We approached Bill. He approached us. Bill's their sales director. He'd been brought on about a year ago. Sell Back Your Book is not just any wholesale company. They're the largest wholesale company. And they're the largest buyback company, meaning they're going to be buying a lot of different books, both high-end textbooks, like we'll show you in a minute, as well as a lot of books that if you're selling on Amazon only, if that's your only way to make money, they're going to be buying some books 10, 15, 20, 30 cents. It adds up. So if you're buying a lot of books in bulk, if you do free local pickups and you have a pile of books, they actually offer a way to pay money for the low-end books that a lot of the other buyback companies won't pay you for. We'll show you what I mean in just a minute. So if you have the updated version of ScoutIQ, you can come down to Wholesale integration, flick that over to On, and now I'll show you what happens. Here's where the magic happens. So this same book, you'll see a box right here that's green, says SBYB, which is just a fancy acronym for Sell Back Your Book, or since Bill is their new sales director, Sell Bill Your Book. So again, what this does is it's going to alert us not only before we had Amazon trade-in in the top corner, now we're showing Sell Back Your Book's trade-in right on the screen. So every time you scan a book, it's going to return it nearly real time. It does a quick API call. Again, we've been set up with Sell Back Your Book's API, so it's super fast, even in database mode. It's going to look up live and tell you exactly what's going on. And I'm going to get hit with an ad here in a minute, so just ignore that. So it's going to tell you exactly what somebody's willing to pay for it. So what does this mean? All right, so when you're scanning books out in the fields, there's some books like this. We can make $8 Amazon after all the fees. Again, I'm just going to leave my buy cost at 0. I do math in my head as I go. We can get $8.30 if it sells at our target price of 10% under Amazon, or Sell Back Your Book will pay us $6 pretty much right now. Now, it's probably better, and again, I'm optimized for Amazon, so most of my stuff is going in the Amazon pile, unless I can make more, or sometimes there's duds that I can make some money on with Sell Back Your Book. I'll show you what I mean. Now, just because Sell Back Your Book is buying, again, Don't forget about the other options that are out there. We love Sell Back Your Book. They're going to take great care of you. They're in the community. They're invested heavily, and they care about the community, which are all good things. But it's important to have options. So Sell Back Your Book is great. If you want to add this to Sell Back Your Book, simply tap the SBYB logo. It'll add it to your cart. You can close out, and once you have more than $7.50, you can literally get a free shipping label, throw it in a box, send it off, and you will get paid within a couple days after it shows up. So really cool. Again, having more options directly in the app without having to click through anywhere is going to speed you up. And in this business, like we've said, time is money. So we're going to go ahead and tap the eBay link real quick, see what this book is selling for. Again, this is the Leadership Challenge. Should look just like the photo right there, which is pretty cool. So you can see pre-owned, it sells for $6. Brand new is a different story. This isn't a new book anymore. $8, 10, 8, 9, 10. So probably $8 to $10 is roughly what it sells for on eBay, minus fees. Of course, you got some shipping in there as well. So you'll probably net about $6, give or take. You'll net about $8 on Amazon. So this is a book I'd probably send to Amazon, but if you do need quick capital, Sell Back Your Book will give you $5.98. Again, you can always tap the Book Scouter logo as well and see what's going on. So there's lots of wholesale companies, lots of buyback companies. In this case, we've got Valora $8.35, Blue Rocket Book $7.53. Sell Back Your Book comes in about 6th or 7th down the list. And you can certainly send them to some of these guys, although you'll notice some of them do not have great reviews. Might want to be careful, but just test it out. Learn who you can trust, learn who you can't. So again, lots of options. You can make $8.35 from Valor, or you can make $8.30 on Amazon, maybe. So that might be an option where you send it off, or if you've just got a nice pile going to Sell Back Your Book, that's there as well. Let's show you a couple more examples as we go. Here's a book, Shoe Dog, if you guys are looking for a great book. Phenomenal read. I wouldn't say I was a huge Nike fan before, but just reading the story, Phil Knight was their founder, and some of the co-founders that they, and kind of some of the stories they went through, some of the adversity they faced as both competition from outside as well as from their vendor. Phenomenal read, great story, but I digress. So $277 if we sell this FBA. Sell Back Your Book will pay us $1.95. Some of you might just want to take the quick $2. Again, we'll click Book Scouter. You may not want to do this every time, but again, full transparency, we want to give you as many options as you can. Looks like in this case, Sell Back Your Book wins, so that's great. That can go in the Sell Back Your Book pile, or if you want to make an extra dollar yourself, you can go ahead and send that in to Amazon. Let's look at a few more books here. So here's a book. Again, this is exactly why we wanted to partner with Sell Back Your Book. They buy a lot of material like this. I don't know what they're doing with it. Several of you have asked me. They're probably selling on different countries, different marketplaces. Who knows? Again, if you are a one-trick pony, if your only game is Amazon, they're going to offer you some outside ways to get rid of your books. I love FBA. I want to buy the books, list them, ship them out, get them out of my house, let Amazon handle the rest. That's exactly what's going to happen with Sell Back Your Book. So I can go ahead and take this book that I would normally make 71 cents for on Amazon, not usually worth my time, but let's say I did a local pickup, I already had it. I don't really want to list it, ship it in, and maybe make 70 cents. When Sell Back Your Book will just give me basically 11 cents for free, I'm just going to throw that in a pile for them. That's money that I wasn't going to make before. I was probably just going to send it off to Goodwill and move on with my day. So we can go ahead and add that to our Sell Back Your Book cart. Again, let's go ahead and in the effort of full transparency, let's look at Book Scouter. So you can pull up the items here. Looks like the only vendor buying is Sell Back Your Book. And this, again, because they're the largest buyback company, they also are really finely tuned to help bulk sellers. So a book like this, they're going to offer 11 cents. Nobody else can really make it worth their time, at least on Book Scouter. And so that's a phenomenal value add, which is why we wanted to partner with them. All right, enough fanboying over Sell Back Your Book. Let's show you several more books. Here's another good book, Growth IQ. I just like anything with the name IQ in it, of course, since we're ScoutIQ. Amazon, you're going to make $6.50. Sell Back Your Book, $1.89. Probably makes sense to sell it yourself on Amazon. Real quick, let's just look at some other options. And again, it's probably not worth your time every single book to click through to Book Scouter, just simply because it takes time to load and time is of the essence. We'll make $2 from a buyback company, 2 1/4. I'd rather make $6 on Amazon. That goes in the Amazon pile. Another book, here's a great example. If we sold this at the buy box price right now of $7.80, we would lose 21 cents. Now, I know some of you think you can make it up in volume, but if you're losing money marginally, not a great way to do it. A good book about money by Randy Alcorn. So here's a book we would lose money on if I had this for free already, if I was a bulk seller. This is a great example of a book where Sell Back Your Book will give me 18 cents. See if anybody else is paying any more. Survey says no dice, just sell back your book. So that's a great opportunity simply to add that to our cart. Go ahead and close it up and move on. All right, let's look at some textbooks. So I've got some textbooks again. Many of these are probably restricted. Again, if Amazon's giving nothing for trade-in, Sell Back Your Book is giving nothing for trade-in, probably a good indicator that it's a commonly counterfeit title. You're going to want to head over to stopcounterfeitbooks.com or Stop Counterfeit Textbooks. I think it's stopcounterfeitbooks.com. They show you how to look for books and see if they're counterfeit. We do not want to be sharing counterfeit books, spreading them out. If you have any doubts, don't sell it. It's not something you want to risk your Amazon account or risk any danger. If it's a legit copy, go ahead and sell it. There's nothing wrong with selling used textbooks. So here's a book. If we sold it for 80 bucks, we would make 60. Sell Back Your Book is not buying. So again, there's a couple options. I think we showed this one already, but we can look on eBay, past sale, see what it's selling for. 30, 37, it's a loose leaf. So basically 30 to 35 bucks it looks like, assuming that photo matches up, and it does. Or we can click Book Scouter, see if anybody else is buying it. Again, some of the commonly restricted titles, you'll notice that a lot of the vendors will not pay much money for it. In this case, we can get $23 from Textbook Rush, or you could send it into restrictedinventory.com and make roughly half of the payout, or roughly 30 bucks. So that might be an option as well, or you can take the Book Scouter money, guaranteed. Here's another book, pretty expensive, selling for $83. Looks like Sell Back Your Book will give you $28 for it. No trade-in value again on Amazon. Maybe we're just outside of textbook season. We're early November here. So again, other options that you have, you can click through and see if someone will pay more on Book Scouter. That's certainly an option, especially on the higher end books. Looks like Sell Back Your Book is really, really competitive, just a couple cents cheaper. Might make sense just to fill a box with them still. But again, it's important to have a lot of options. Here's another book selling for about 80, worth roughly 60, assuming it is counterfeit, or if it's counterfeit, you should throw it away or burn it. Assuming you're restricted on Amazon, again, you have some options. You can click Book Scouter here. Again, Sell Back will give 35. Looks like they're the winner. A couple other guys will give in the 30s. But that's a great book that you can just continue to sell. And again, having a couple options right on your screen here and some quick icons as well to click over to eBay or to Book Scouter gives you those options. Just a couple more. Here's a $160 book. You can make $130 after fees. If you are restricted somehow, eBay might be a very good option on a book this expensive. Let's see if anything matches the cover. There we go. There's a brand new one for $148. There's used for $95, new for $150, new for $37. Somebody got a good deal. Or international edition. Pre-owned for $105, pre-owned for $52. So lots of options on eBay. Again, Sell Back Your Book is not buying, which may be an indicator. Either they have enough, or maybe it's a popular counterfeit book. It's like Textbook Rush will give you $106 right now. So even after fees, you're pretty close to what you would have been if you happen to be restricted. Make sure you guys are checking out that Book Scouter link. It's great in cases like this. Another $100 book after fees, we'd make close to 80. Might be a little bit high of a prime bump. Again, Sell Back Your Book doesn't want it. Maybe it's popular. Maybe it's a commonly counterfeit book. Maybe they have enough. Who knows? Again, you've always got the Book Scouter option on expensive books to click through and see. This is a case where it looks like a lot of the players don't want it. So this might be a red flag that this is a very corrupt book in general. There might be a lot of fakes out there. So for $6, and it's worth at least 60 or 70 or 80, that might be a very good candidate. If you're restricted, hop on over to restrictedinventory.com and hook our boy Avery up. Just a couple more. Here's another book, Profit After All Fees, 82 cents. This looks like a textbook. It must be out of date. It hasn't sold that often. The rank's not amazing, even though it's November, and the price has pretty much dropped out. So if we sold it for $10 right now, the second lowest prime price, we'd make 82 cents after fees. Sell Back Your Book gives us 94 cents. No brainer. Toss it that way, or do the research with Book Scouter. And one last book. Got a beautiful book here. It sells for $92. After fees, we'd make 67. Sell Back Your Book gives roughly 40, and again, you can click through if you want to see some other vendor offers if you do happen to be restricted. So that's it. Hopefully you learned something new. Again, Amazon for us, that's our bread and butter. That's exactly what we do. That's the main part of our business. That's the cake, if you want to call it that. As Bill says, Sell Back Your Book is the icing on top. So it's a way to monetize some really inexpensive books, just like this one, where it's really not worth my time to list it on Amazon, but if they're going to give me almost $1 and I already have it in my possession, that's essentially free money. There's no such thing as free lunch, but there is such thing as free book money. So that's again exactly why we partnered with Sell Back Your Book. Again, if you do have the new version of ScoutIQ, under settings, you will see that wholesale integration with Sell Back Your Book. By default, it's turned off. We didn't want to confuse you if you didn't understand what that integration was, but you can go into settings, turn that on, drop us a comment, let us know what you think. Hopefully this is a good value add for you as you're out scouting, as you're going through piles of books, or if you happen to buy in bulk and are working with Gaylords and digging through them in your garage or a storage unit or a small warehouse. This is a great opportunity to help monetize some of the books. And this is something that is exclusive to ScoutIQ. We're the only app that has this data natively right in there. So that's pretty cool. Again, wholesale integration, just giving you one more tool in your toolkit, one more arrow in your quiver, just a way to make a few extra dollars that could help in your business. Who doesn't want, I know I sound like a marketer, but who doesn't want a few extra bucks? That's all we have. Thanks for watching. Get out there, find some more books, get creative, find ways to make a few extra dollars out of those books. And as always, never stop sourcing. We'll catch you in a future video. Bye.